Good morning. Can I have a little sip of coffee, please? Last Thursday, I had to go to the hospital for some scans. I got body scans from top to bottom. I got my brain checked. I got my feet. Everything scans. As we went into the area where there was a waiting room. Several people were waiting to drink the stuff and to get a shunt in their arms so that they could get the dye and the colour into their body so that they could check if the cancer is back. But we met this gentleman, and he sings gospel music up at Dollywoods, and he sang around here for several years with a band and a group, and they sing gospel music. But he and his daughter was sitting there sad looking, just quiet and hardly talking to each other. So I said, "How's it going?" And yeah, told us what he was and what he was doing. He was nicely dressed up, and so his wife was in getting scans. We said, "Okay, we're going to be praying for her." What happened? He says 2 weeks ago, she found out she had this knot on her throat, and they found out it was cancer on her tonsils. And the doctors were not happy. They said it's extremely dangerous and it's not a good situation to have a cancerous knot on your tonsils. So we left and we gave him a card, and he gave us a card. The reason why we started this little program, Hope Exists. We started this little program many, many years ago. And we started it because it seemed like everywhere we went, we were meeting people who had little or no hope. And they were longing for hope. They were looking for hope. And honestly, I don't have to make up a story to get an illustration. But let me just finish the story. So you go and get the scans early in the morning, and you get out of there at 11 o'clock daytime. You got to go back to your regular cancer doctor at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever the time. And he gets the scans sent to him, and he reads them and tells you how you're doing. By the way, I'm doing fine, thank you. God has blessed me. I'm really still got the stage 4 cancer, but I'm blessed. It's not spreading, nor is it growing. Thank you. But we get back to my doctor's office, and who's sitting in the corner? The same 3 that were in the area, and they were almost back the same time as me. What are y'all doing here? "Oh, we gotta come back to let the doctor." "Well, what's your doctor's name?" "Dr. Greco." "Well, that's my doctor's name." And they were back to see him also. So we talked to her a little bit because she had more time. She was after me. She had more time to talk. And she started crying. She said, "I've never had anything like this in my life." She was probably in her 40s, 40-year-old. She said, "I've never had anything like this in my life." And she says, "My doctors are saying it's not good. It's not good. Would you pray for me? Would you pray for me?" I have met so many people at the Sarah Cannon Cancer Center. People who are just, young couple walked in, man and wife I assumed, lovely young couple in their 20s. And he was walking slowly. And he sits down, she sits down, and he looked over at her and he said, "Would it be okay if I put my head on your lap?" And he puts her, and she begins to rub his head. And he says, "Oh, thank you." He says, "That feels good." So I says, "How's it going? Is he doing all right?" And he's lying there. "No, it's not good. As a matter of fact, we don't have much hope at all." He was probably in his 20s. No hope, no hope. So we started the Hope Exists. And evidently we touched a nerve, because the little program, it's in Australia, it's in Ireland, it's all over the place. I get letters from Australia. I get lovely little thoughts from Australia, from down under. It's amazing, 16 different countries in the world our little program is going to. Now, what is hope? Well, in the biblical sense, it's a complex word which some contexts embrace trust and endurance. Hoffman says, hope is never fearful anticipation. It's the expectation that something good is going to happen. Every time I pray for one of these dear souls, I honestly believe something good is going to happen. Bookman said, it is sure confidence. And the man or the woman who has hope is convinced that something good is going to happen. To have hope is to have a future. It's to have a future. And I'm here to tell you right today, my hope is not in my looks, they're gone. Not in my figure, gone. Not in my wealth, none. Not in my skills, don't have many. My hope is in Jesus Christ, Him crucified. And I know what hurts hope. Sometimes appearance. Whenever I'm not functioning too well, whenever I begin to doubt, whenever I begin to question, and the Christian does not, we don't live by what we can see. We have an invisible means of support. We see the invisible, Hebrews chapter 11. But Christians, we're human. And we take our eyes off the invisible and we begin to weigh the probabilities of success, failure, what we see. And when we take our eyes of Jesus Christ, just like Peter in Matthew 14, verse 30, it chips away at our confidence. And we begin to see the storms and the rising water and the waves, and we begin to doubt. And we mutter to ourselves, can anything good come out of this? Let me tell you one more time, yes, yes, yes. When we come back, maybe next week we'll talk about hope again. But to have hope is to have a future. We're praying for you, you souls who are struggling. We're praying for you people who are going through the ringer today. Bless you, and may God keep you strong until the end. Thank you.